Hey guys, I am here with Adam Sadler, guitars for the protest. Thanks for being on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Dude, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. How's it going out there in Arizona?
Uh, just hanging in there, man. It's the same everywhere. Everybody's being told to stay home and all that kind of stuff, and it sucks, man. It does. What have you been doing during this quarantine, man, to keep yourself busy?
Well, kind of the same thing. So, for those that you don't know, that I live out here in California, and the rest of my band is back in Indiana. But it's kind of the same everywhere else. But yeah, I work at a golf course when we're not doing music, and that was shut down. And what they I think recently they just closed all the beaches and pretty much stay indoors, and it's pretty much going, for at least for us, it's going to about April 19th. So we're kind of being shut down or kind of postponed like for like a month. So it's definitely different, huge adjustment. But I mean, everybody's in the same boat, and I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time, like most people. So, hanging in there.
That's awesome, man. And now, I know you guys had a big tour planned, and unfortunately, because of what's going on, the tour got postponed. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, it was a big disappointment for us. It's one of those things. We, like most bands, like we hate canceling shows, and we always want to honor our word. Like when we book a show, we want to play, and like through the like we've been kind of taking it a little light because we are writing new music for our new record, and with the holidays, it's kind of some downtime for us, and we were really excited to get back out on the road. I mean, really, really excited. We like I said, we've been writing. We did a few spot dates with Disciple in January, and we didn't have anything else until spring. So yeah, we had this whole tour booked, and we were really excited about it because we were going to tour with some people we haven't really toured with before, um, like with the Persuaded and um, oh, I'm blanking right now, which is totally embarrassing. But Relentless Flood, Relentless Flood. Thank you. Gosh, took me a second, but we were really, really excited to tour with these guys because it was just it's been too long since we were like getting back out on the road, um, and this is like the one tour where everything was kind of going right. Like all the dates were booked, everybody was on board. Like my band and I, we were working on like a lot of fun new intros. We were going to do like a cover song just for fun, and everybody's really excited about it. So it was a big disappointment, and we tried to hold on as long as we could. And going back to just saying like we don't really cancel shows. So like when this thing kind of started creeping up, yeah, I guess might have been just naive or a little bit delusional. It's like, well, okay, we got some problems in New York and Seattle and like California, but it's like we're still going to tour. Like because that's what we do. Because we're gonna. I mean, that's what we do. So when it when it when it just like really became serious, it was just a big reality check for me, and I was like, well, I guess we're not immune to this as well. So it's a huge disappointment, but I'm happy to say that we're just going to postpone it, and we are really going to, when things lighten up, hopefully this virus dies off. We're gonna try and rebook these shows, and with the same promoters and the same locations that we've already booked, and try to go from there. We're gonna try to do our best.
Very cool. Very, very cool. I I actually I don't know. You probably I don't know if you remember. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But a couple of years ago, you guys rode through the Phoenix area, and I got to meet you guys. And I did a little like a on the cell phone interview with Josh. And yeah, you guys were here with Seventh Day Slumber, and I believe it was gosh, to speak of wolves or wolves at the gate. I don't know. I get those two mixed up because of the word
Wolves at the
wolf.
Gate, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it was one of the city rock fests, so that's pretty cool. But and that's awesome that you guys were going to be. Hopefully, you guys get to tour with the same bands when all of this is over with, and everybody can still, have some form of normalcy to where you guys can go out and just rock people's socks off, man.
I know, like it's. I'm like I feel the same way. Just like I said before, we haven't really toured with these bands before, and I mean it's like the Persuaded. They're like label mates of ours because we're both on Rockfest Records, and Relentless Flood. They're like a really great up and coming band, and
Oh yeah.
they're putting out some really good music. They've been working with um, like Andrew Stanton from Disciple, and I mean they're a killer band. So like we want to tour with them, and I think we're going to keep everything the same, and just kind of adjust to this because like I said before, everybody's in the same boat. So it's kind of like one of those things you can't really. I mean, I'm disappointed. I think everybody's disappointed, but I mean, you can't be too upset about it because I mean, the whole world is having like the same reaction and just trying to adjust. And all I can say is like, it's not canceled; it's just postponed, and we'll get it figured out.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's all we really, any of us can do right now is just hang in there, ride it out, and just wait for that light at the end of the tunnel, man. Uh, and I'm praying that you guys will be able to continue on the music that you were working on, so you guys could get some brand new tunes out there for the people. And so, for anybody who hasn't heard of you guys, I'm going to play a couple of your songs here on the show. And but for anybody who doesn't really know the history behind the band, how did you guys come together? How long you been together? And what does the name of the protest mean?
So I mean, it's kind of funny, or it's really cool. Last November, we actually celebrated our 10-year anniversary with this lineup. So
Wow.
I joined. I think my first show with these guys was November 5th of like 2009, and but it's been a pretty interesting history. Like like those guys were always. I'm like the oldest one. I'm the old guy, and when those guys started getting together to play music, I play guitar myself, and then Josh and Jareb's, the lead singer and the drummer, their dad was a teacher of mine, and he asked if I wanted to teach his son Josh like how to play guitar. I was like, yeah. Like I didn't really know what I was doing at all. Like I knew some chords, I knew a couple pentatonic scales, and I played a lot of rock and roll. So that's how I got to meet him, and I started teaching him how to play guitar, and then became friends with him, and then eventually, his brother, and then TJ came to the picture, and they kind of started their own thing while I went to college, and just over time, like they started their own band, Protest for Pluto, and then I went off and I did the college thing. But I've always clicked with those guys, and I always wanted to play music with them, and really long story short, they kind of asked me like after I was finishing up my music college to actually come back and join. I was like, yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of like how we all came to be. And at the time, we were called Protest for Pluto, and just kind of a catchy name, but not like a really deep meaning behind it. It's a very teenage type of band name. Not a ton of depth to it. So when we went and cut our first professional record with Travis Wyrick, which turned out to be Game Changer, he's kind of put us through this boot camp of what it actually takes and what you actually have to do to actually be a kind of like a professional band. And he just really helped us focus, and he just put us through it, and then we emerged a new band with a new purpose, a really focused purpose on, okay, we want our music to really be transformative, and we really focused it around our ministry and getting out there and using hard rock music to reach people with the gospel, whatever that looks like. So that's what we really, really want to do. And for us, Protest for Pluto just didn't seem to match up with it. So we didn't want to go completely different and lose everybody that knew us, all of our fan base. But we just really thought the Protest was a bold name, and it struck a nice even keel with the old, but it was a real tough name. And it's okay, we're not actually protesting against anything, we're just kind of protesting for the love of the gospel and God. And that's kind of how it all came to be, and here we are 10 years later.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing, man. Because it was probably, I'd say, 3 or 4 years ago when I first heard of you guys. I kept seeing your name, you guys' name popping up on Facebook everywhere, and I'm like, I gotta check these guys out. And I think the first song I heard from you guys was "Welcome to the Freak Show," and
Yeah, man.
yeah, and with me at least, the very first song that I ever hear from a band usually always ends up being my favorite. Maybe that's just the thing, maybe a lot of people are like that. The first song they hear from a band is always going to be their favorite because that's the first song they heard from that band. So, now, where can people go to connect with the Protest and, get in touch with you guys directly if they need prayer or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of on all the social medias, so you can find us at Facebook, Instagram. We are on Twitter, not really though. We don't really mess around with that too much, but I think we should. We just don't. But we do have our website, which is probably the best place, which is theprotestrocks.com. And then you can kind of find us right there. You can email us directly through our band email, and then you can tie to everything with the socials. You can kind of find us personally, and you can reach out to us personally. We try our best to get back to everybody that does, and we really do try to stay at shows. If you guys need something, you guys need to bend, just an ear to bend, or to reach out for some prayer or talk about something. We really do extend that, and we really do mean it. And we try to be very vigilant with our checking our emails and our messages for that. So that's where you can find us. And speaking of that, just today, if I can plug something, today we actually just put out a kind of a charity T-shirt, which is really, really cool. Our drummer Jared, he is a graphic artist, and he is phenomenal. And today we're kind of partnering with 85 Supply, and we're putting out this charity T-shirt. It's really, really funny. So everybody should just go to our Facebook page, Instagram, our actual website and check out the shirt, and all of the profits that we get will go directly to some sort of coronavirus relief. So
Awesome.
mainly we're
Awesome.
trying to reach out to organizations and find people that need supplies like toilet paper, which is why everybody should go check out the shirt, because it's just a really funny shirt. Our initials are TP, and that's all I'll say. So go check it out. So the actual
Okay.
website to go order this. I mean, you gotta check it out. It's really, really funny. Jared really outdid himself. But for all your listeners, just go to then just protest.85stores.com. And then that will take you directly to the page that you can purchase the shirt. And we're only doing it for 2 weeks. So what's today? March 25th?
Yeah.
So you got 2 weeks. And like I said, all the proceeds go to the coronavirus relief.
Very cool, man. That is awesome, and it's very commendable. And definitely, you guys heard Adam. Definitely go and get the shirt. Well, hey, Adam, Sarge. Thank you so much for being on the show,
Oh, no, you're
man.
cool.
Thank you so much for being on the show, brother. I really appreciate it. And, God bless you. God bless the guys. And, guys, be sure to check out the protest on the links provided. And hopefully when this craziness is over with, you guys will be able to check out the protest on tour. All right. Thank you so much again. And God bless you, man.
Absolutely. And, dude, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Dude, God bless you too, man. You have yourself a great night.
You too, man.